y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Jer, and also welcome to my very first day of Vlogmas. So I've never done Vlogmas before, and I'm still a new YouTuber. So I decided to do a get to know me tag because I thought, people are watching my videos, I should maybe tell them who I am. So I'm gonna be just sharing some random facts about myself, but I don't want to share like too many of my security questions. So for now, I'll just tell y'all my name is Jer, I'm 29 years old, and my birthday is in July. So the first question is, if you were an animal, what type of animal would you be? I have always loved butterflies. Even as a little girl, especially as a little girl, I love butterflies. I always wanted to try and catch a butterfly. So I think they're super pretty. I would describe myself as a free spirit. So I love that butterflies can just go wherever they want to go at the moment. They have the freedom to be themselves. I love traveling. I love trying new things, going new places, and a lot of the ideas that I have or the things that I do in my life are not necessarily traditional ways of doing things, but that's what works for me. And so I love that about butterflies. I don't necessarily like that they were once caterpillars because I'm not a worm type of girl. But when I look at my life and I look at like how I've transformed, I can see that I've evolved over time. I wasn't a worm, but I'm not the same person that I was 3 years ago. I'm not the same person that I was 3 months ago. Like, as humans, we're constantly evolving, like going through different stages of life and just continuing to try and be the best version of yourself and to just celebrate every season that you're in. Number 2, what was your favorite subject in high school? So I have 2. My number 1 favorite subject was English. I love reading, I love writing, I love being able to use my creativity to express myself through writing. I have written plays, I've written a couple movie scripts, I've written a couple books. Like, even when I was younger, I would write poetry, and I don't know, I just really love writing. And my second favorite class in high school was our drama class. Oh my goodness, I love drama class because we were able to not only write our own scripts, but we also got to perform what we wrote. And so I love writing, I love acting too. I have mentioned this on my channel before, but I did get the opportunity to work on the set of a movie. And also last year, I got to film some episodes for a TV show. And I think I can't remember how many episodes. It was like 13 or maybe 18. So that was pretty cool. Like, people were seeing me on TV like, oh my goodness, is that you on TV? Yes, that was me, girl. They gave me a check. So I can add paid actress to my resume. But I love drama. I love the fact that I could become a completely different character. And I just love the creativity and the expression that comes with it. It was the same thing in college. Like, I loved English in college, and I loved my theater classes in college. Okay, so what has been your favorite concert? Hands down, Chance the Rapper. So Chance came out with 10 Day, and then like a year later he came out with Acid Rap. And so that's when I found out about him. And so when I look at like the music he was making then to how he got to Coloring Book and his life was evolving, his faith was evolving, like I can just really relate to like his music and to like his journey. I love anything that's like outside, and it was at an amphitheater. And so any type of rooftop, anything, amphitheater, anything, like I love being outside. So it was a vibe. Like when I tell y'all, it was a vibe. And like he sang my favorite song, like the crowd was so hyped, and he had stuff falling from the ceiling. I still have it. I still have my little piece that I put in a plastic bag, and I keep it with all my important stuff. And it's been 7 years, 6 years. Yeah. What is my favorite book? So I'm an avid reader. I love reading, and when I was younger, I would read this series of books by this author named Mildred D. Taylor, and the books were based in Mississippi. They were set around 1900, and so she was writing about the experience of Black people at that time during all of this segregation, during sharecropping, and just the things that people were experiencing based on what her family members had told her. And so it was a young adult book, and she was telling it through the lens of like these children, young adults, and so I love those books. Let the Circle Be Unbroken, The Road to Memphis, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. Like, I love all those books. And then this year, I read this book called The Thing About Home by Rhonda McKnight, and y'all, I fell so in love with that book. Like, it was one of those books that you don't want to end. It was about this girl that lived in this big city. She was a social media influencer. She was going to do a vow renewal with her husband, and he ended up leaving her at the altar. And before she was born, her father passed away, and she never met any of his family. So she decided to go to his hometown in search of her family. It was also historical fiction. So I guess I like historical fiction because it was telling the story from her side, but also like one of her ancestors' side of the story. And so it was cool because they would go back and forth, and just seeing her journey and how she found her identity and she decided to go a different route in life. Like, it was such a good book, and she fell in love. Like, it was such a good book. Like, that's gonna be in my top 3 books now. Like, I love that book. I did not want that book to end. What are my hobbies? So I love reading, like I mentioned. I love writing. I love painting, and I'm not the best painter, but I just love painting. Like, I love creating stuff. It relaxes me to paint. I love going to Sips and Strokes, that kind of thing. I've had my own painting event before. Like, I just love painting. Like, sometimes I'll just get my canvas out and just, maybe I'll look at something on Pinterest first, or maybe I'll just do whatever's in my head at the moment, but I just like painting. I also love making candles, so that's a hobby that I've had for a few years now, and I actually have my own candle company. So I love just being able to take all of these different ingredients and these different resources and to create a product and to be able to give that product to somebody and they fall in love with it. Like, I just love everything about that. But I also love like when you're making candles, it really makes your house smell so good, like for days at a time. And so I don't know, I love everything about making candles. What are my life goals? So my life goals are, I think the biggest thing that I desire in life is, one, to have my own family. So I want to be a mom and a wife, and also just being able to have like freedom and happiness and good health. Like, those are the things that I want in life, and I feel like those are things that we sometimes take for granted. I want to be able to travel the world and enjoy the people that are already in my life, to be able to celebrate my family members, to be able to celebrate my friends and my community. And I want to be able to use my God-given gifts and my passions to be able to pour into other people and to help them on their journey. And another thing that is really important to me is just being able to have like freedom, whether that's financially, whether that's being able to travel, being able to just be myself and do what I want to do, being able to work for myself. So that's what I want in life. Do you prefer the city or the country? Okay. So I feel like I'm a little bit of both, because I grew up on a dirt road. I grew up riding 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, go-karts, that type of thing. But I love that the city is convenient in that you can go to the city, to the grocery store, you can go get things you need. There are more restaurants there if you like going to restaurants. There's just more things to do. And so I like that about the city, but I like the slow living or quiet living about the country. So I don't know. I guess my happy medium is like, whenever I choose a place to live, I like to be like outside the city, and I can drive into the city if I want to, even if that means it takes me longer to get to where I want to be. I'd rather do that than to live like close to all the hustle and the bustle. So I guess I'm a little bit of both. Like, I love horseback riding, but I also like getting my nails done every now and then. But also, whenever I do have my nails done, I feel like it's getting in the way of everything else. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of enough about me, because I don't want y'all to answer too many of my security questions. But thank you for tuning in to this video. And if you have some other questions that you want to know about me, like, just ask me in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining me on Vlogmas. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.